After killing Nimrod, weary and hungry Esau sells his birthright for value. What you do not know. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to the Way of the Cross channel. In this channel, we deal with biblical issues which are least expounded, and also with history on those issues which would help anyone join the dots while reading the scriptures. Welcome and join us. Please do not forget to subscribe. We will be very grateful. Take whatever we say with a pinch of salt. But please go and do your own research to see if it's true or not. Take your time to write your comments below. We will appreciate it. In this video, we are going to learn about how Esau killed Nimrod, then a king, and 2 of his mighty men. Incidentally, Esau returned home weary from the fight and sold his birthright for value to Jacob. We are going to use the Book of Jasher to trace those events in history. The Book of Jasher is an ancient Hebrew text that presents itself as an additional historical account of events found in the Old Testament of the Bible. The book covers a wide range of topics, from the creation of the world to the conquest of Canaan, and includes stories not found in the Bible. These stories include a detailed account of the battle between the prophet Abraham and a group of kings, the story of the sun standing still during Joshua's battle, and the backstory of Caleb, one of the Israelite spies. Although its authenticity and authorship remain uncertain, the Book of Jasher has been widely read and studied by scholars and laypeople alike, and has been referenced in a variety of works of literature and media over the years. Also known as the Book of the Upright One in the Greek Septuagint and the Book of the Just Ones in the Latin Vulgate, the Book of Jasher was probably a collection or compilation of ancient Hebrew songs and poems praising the heroes of Israel and their exploits in battle. The Book of Jasher is mentioned in Joshua 10 verses 12 to 13 when the Lord stopped the sun in the middle of the day during the Battle of Beth Horon. It is also mentioned in 2 Samuel 1 verses 18 to 27 as containing the song or lament of the bow, that mournful funeral song which David composed at the time of the death of Saul and Jonathan. Anyway, what really happened at that time? Here is the detailed account of events found in Jasher chapter 27. And Esau at that time, after the death of Abraham, frequently went in the field to hunt. And Nimrod king of Babel, also named Amraphel, also frequently went with his mighty men to hunt in the field, and to walk about with his men in the cool of the day. And Nimrod was observing Esau all the days, for a jealousy was formed in the heart of Nimrod against Esau all the days. And on a certain day Esau went in the field to hunt, and he found Nimrod walking in the wilderness with his 2 men. And all his mighty men and his people were with him in the wilderness, but they removed at a distance from him, and they went from him in different directions to hunt. And Esau concealed himself for Nimrod, and he lurked for him in the wilderness. And Nimrod and his men that were with him did not know him, and Nimrod and his men frequently walked about in the field at the cool of the day, and to know where his men were hunting in the field. And Nimrod and 2 of his men that were with him came to the place where they were, when Esau started suddenly from his lurking place, and drew his sword, and hastened and ran to Nimrod and cut off his head. And Esau fought a desperate fight with the 2 men that were with Nimrod, and when they called out to him, Esau turned to them and smote them to death with his sword. And all the mighty men of Nimrod, who had left him to go to the wilderness, heard the cry at a distance, and they knew the voices of those 2 men, and they ran to know the cause of it, when they found their king and the 2 men that were with him lying dead in the wilderness. And when Esau saw the mighty men of Nimrod coming at a distance, he fled, and thereby escaped. And Esau took the valuable garments of Nimrod, which Nimrod's father had bequeathed to Nimrod, and with which Nimrod prevailed over the whole land, and he ran and concealed them in his house. And Esau took those garments and ran into the city on account of Nimrod's men, and he came unto his father's house wearied and exhausted from fight, and he was ready to die through grief when he approached his brother Jacob and sat before him. And he said unto his brother Jacob, Behold, I shall die this day, and wherefore then do I want the birthright? And Jacob acted wisely with Esau in this matter, and Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, for it was so brought about by the Lord. and Esau's portion in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham had bought from the children of Het for the possession of a burial ground, Esau also sold to Jacob, and Jacob bought all this from his brother Esau for value given. And Jacob wrote the whole of this in a book, and he testified the same with witnesses, and he sealed it, and the book remained in the hands of Jacob. And when Nimrod the son of Cush died, his men lifted him up and brought him in consternation, and buried him in his city. And all the days that Nimrod lived were 215 years, and he died. And the days that Nimrod reigned upon the people of the land were 185 years, and Nimrod died by the sword of Esau in shame and contempt, and the seed of Abraham caused his death as he had seen in his dream. And at the death of Nimrod his kingdom became divided into many divisions, and all those parts that Nimrod reigned over were restored to the respective kings of the land, who recovered them after the death of Nimrod, and all the people of the house of Nimrod were, for a long time, enslaved to all the other kings of the land. This brings our video today to an end. It was a short video which maybe has opened your eyes to something new, or maybe you have enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe to similar videos. Have a good evening.